Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to the series of videos in which we are showing you how you can create a dashboard. And we have in Excel, we have the front end, and on the back end, we have Microsoft Access. So we need to know how to connect Excel with the Microsoft Access. Of course, you need a connection string. Some before that, you have to set the reference to ADODB objects, and which are, if they are available, then you can get connected to any database. So we have chosen Microsoft Access for this, and the scenario we have, just to recap it, that we have the system which serves different users. Okay, there is a user, and means you start a user. You select it, right, and then there are some performance of the activities which are overdue upon this selected user. So you got to enter the activity, right? So the activity is entered on the basis of the pace per day rate which you have set. Means five means the Kaza performance rate per day is that five. This is 5 days, huh? 5 days at the moment. Huh? 5 days per day is our rate. Huh? 5 days per day is the rate for this user, which he's doing to settle this backlog, right? The backlog is different. Means you when you click OK, go, then you will get the actual figures here, right? This was previous one. Okay, so one thing is we can do that as soon as we make a change in here. So all these things, so these things, they get blank. Huh? Otherwise, a confusion may arise that what are these figures for? These are for the user other than which was previously selected, right? So as soon as there is a change in there, we got to change this part of the screen so that there is no confusion, right? Okay. So what we do, uh, so in we go to the view code, and we select here worksheet. So it's a worksheet event which we want is the before update or before change. Huh? It's a change event when a certain change occurs. So we want to write a code, right? So this is the change event. Change of what? Change of the worksheet. Hmm? When the change of the worksheet occurs, then what the system should do. So this is we are going to write. So these are the simple steps. It do the debugging. Okay, now it will stop and it will take us to the debugger, right? Because we have used the breakpoint. Okay, so what is the address? It is $3, not 4. Okay, it is $F. That's fine. $3, not 4. Okay, so we make it 3. So this is the way you test your coding while you are writing the code. You are making sure that the system responds as it is desired, right? So it has responded and it is working well. You can remove the breakpoint. These were the two breakpoints. One breakpoint. This is the and one way of the breakpoint, and this is also a breakpoint. This is a hard means it's a coded with a stop command. This also forces a breakpoint to come here. Okay, if you stop, we go back to Excel. We make the change. So it stops, right? Because this is where you want to write the code that bring all the latest figures for the selected user. Hmm? Okay. So what coding we are supposed to bring here? Hmm? In place of all these code, right? If there's a 3, then we will call the Calc Pro. Simplest. So no need to do anything. Only go sub Calc Pro. That's it. Because we have done all the things already in the Calc Pro, so we are calling it. That's it. So this will do all the calculation, and it will put them in the, you see, M3, M2, M3, M4 is going to be updated, right? So let's see if it works. Huh? And as soon as you change the user, it should start working. Yeah. So it is just telling there you have forgotten to put an if here. Okay. So let's see. There must be some if which was left open. Yeah, this is if. So you have to include an if here because you need These are the syntax necessary when you have an if command with a then and then condition on the next line. Then you have to close it, terminate it with an if, right? This was the function. So let's change it again. Okay, click OK. So now that error is resolved. Now this is the arguments are of wrong type and etc. Range, right? So because you don't have this connection. Okay, so we bring the connection string as well. We bring the connection string from the same procedure. Yeah, here's the connection string. Okay. Now I'm going to put it back into the menu sheet code where we have the error, right? So here we are going to put a command Control V. Okay. Okay. Save it. Now let's change it again. We click this. Now the next is authentication failed. Where you are going to open this and you are failed with this because you do not have a database variable. So a database variable has also to be brought. So let's get back to here, and this is our so the database was slightly above. I remember. Yeah, this is the database. Okay, so bring all these three commands as well. This is called case makes waste. So you have this is a common problem with all, especially the programmers. They are very over ambitious that the things will work, but they get backfired, right? Okay, so we can Control V. So the database is variable is also ready. Now let's change the user. Yeah. So this time it has a beginning or a file. Why? Because you have the total rows minus one, record count, move first. Okay. So what is the SQL? The SQL is the user is not selected, right? Okay. So the user has to be selected and the user ID. So we have to share the user is simple. We will use user in here. User is equal to range F3. Okay, so let's stop and do it again. Yeah. You have to make sure that you are out of the break mode. It is still in the break mode. You have to stop it in order to um, take the changes even to run, right? This time, you see, it has brought all the values. It has brought all the figures which are related to your customer. Now, if you change it and take it to the row in, it brings all your figures rightly on the basis of your selection, right? If you change it back, so it is changing, right? Okay, so the lesson we learned here is that why to reinvent the wheel, right? When you have coded nicely procedure, so just bring that procedure and do not work on it. Just call that procedure in your code and it should be working. So you don't have to think again and again for the same thing, which is already has been done, right? So we did it uh, in the procedure which was here. This is in the function. We have done all these things. So these should be reused instead of rewriting the code, right? So this is what we wanted to share with you in this video, and more exciting things are going to come. As you can see the amount is also rightly used because that was on the basis of a lookup, right? That was on the so lookup functions are working properly upon the change of in the drop down. When the user drop down is changed, these figures are updated and and these figures are also updated. Now, the next thing is that it should clear this range as well. It should clear all this range because that was related to somebody else probably. So that can still be done by if you just click on it and enter our yesterday's performance. So it is ready to add 5 records and it will update it. That's it. And it is updating on the basis of the nice correct figures. And these are Abdul Ghafoor project. Why is it showing? Because in the database, we have this title fixed in the table. If you go to the table, yeah, so whatever is written in here for a given user, so this is brought into the dashboard title, right? Okay, so that's it. If you click this, you say, okay, so that message is coming directly from the database, from table. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.